I'm good, man. Yeah. So, Adrian, can you just share more about yourself and what business did you guys start?
Okay, my name is Adrian. Basically, we started an IT consultancy. Okay, we cover all services for companies. Okay, except for programming at the moment. So all services. This includes servicing their computers, servers, cloud, to their websites, their emails. Uh, if they need compliance with ISO, or if they need compliance with any standards, such as in Singapore, we have the Law Society or MinLaw, or MES standards, we also help them to comply IT-wise.
Understand. So it's mainly taking care of a company's like IT infrastructure and also making sure they are safe against like hackers and those kind of bad stuff.
Correct. You can think of us as your entire outsourced IT department.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like that outsource, right? And I guess it's very attractive because like companies don't have to build one from scratch like in-house. They don't have to train them. You just like come in and take care of everything.
Correct.
Understand. And you guys started with two founders, right? It's you and Marcus.
That's correct.
So before you guys started, like what were you guys doing? Like how did you guys meet?
Mhm. Okay, Marcus was doing a website development company, so I was doing IT support already. So we sort of merged both sides together lah.
Okay. And were you all both already running your own business or like you all were working for corporate or like a 9 to 5?
Okay, we were both running our own businesses
Right.
with other partners, and we decided to leave that business and then merge to make full use of both our individual capabilities to form something new.
Oh, it's interesting. Then what happened to the other partners?
They are still running their businesses, so
So you all kind of like exit and left and combine to form a new entity.
correct.
What like made you guys so confident or what made you guys want to like actually leave that current opportunity and like come together to start this new company?
I think because we saw a need in the market that wasn't being met, that was the most important factor. Most people, most outsourced IT, they sort of are very technical with the clients, and everything is explained from a technical perspective. And they don't, I mean, not to badmouth anyone else, but this is the generalization, okay?
No problem.
Not really thinking out of the box for the client. So whereas the clients want to speak to us from a business perspective, and then we use IT to support their business direction.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you said like the people in this industry are very technical with the client. So it's kind of like I can imagine like maybe like lawyers, like they like to use a lot of jargon and
Hmm.
it makes the client like very confused. So maybe like it's very difficult to in a way communicate with the client, or even get business. So y'all found like this is a gap that y'all can come in. Maybe y'all have better communication skills or y'all know how to like I guess make it more clearer to clients on what is the importance of IT and cybersecurity. Is that kind of right?
Correct. And
Okay.
also express their business needs in terms of IT, or express IT in terms of their business needs. That's
Hmm.
more like it. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, that's very important also because like I talked to a few friends who like run software companies and they also tell me the same. In this kind of industries, a lot of them are very technical, but they like they don't really know how to explain to their customers what exactly is it that their software can do. So I think that's a
Mm.
very big problem for sure in this kind of like technical industries. So when you guys started, right, did y'all start the thing like the business completely from scratch, or do you actually pull customers from your existing business to come into this new entity?
Okay, some clients from our previous businesses knew our exit, and they decided to follow us lah. Yeah.
And everyone else is cool with it. Like everyone, all the other partners were fine.
I mean, we had a very amicable split. So we knew, I mean, like we wrote to all the clients, I'm leaving. If you want to contact me, here's my personal number. But
Okay.
otherwise, stay with the company. But if you want to leave, then It's to you guys lah.
They actually left to join you.
Yeah.
Means they really like you lah. I guess they like the way you provide the service and how you communicate with them.
I guess it's the communication that was key.
Yeah, that's true. So is that kind of how you guys launched your offer and like how you guys landed your first client with this new company, or just actually getting customers from the old company?
Okay, very, very first client long ago was actually just a church friend.
Church friend?
Yeah, church friend. So he said,
Oh.
my IT guy leaving. You guys want to take over? I was like, okay lah, try lah, try it out lah.
Casually, like at a church service, he just because he know that you're in IT lah, so he
Yeah.
Other just
Yeah,
like
so
that.
we just,
Wow.
yeah. Then we met his company founder. We met his company founder who actually has other businesses on the side. So his company founder was also starting another business on the side. So we sort of have our first two clients there. One business that has just started from scratch, and one large company or mid-sized company already, and we took over all the IT lah. So it's two different type of experiences.
Oh, it's very interesting, like how you can get a client from something that's completely not business related, like even a church event also can. Like, I guess it's really about putting yourself out there. Yeah, and what businesses were they? Were they like professional services? Because I saw your website, you guys mainly service professionals, or were they more like brick and mortar, maybe like hair salons or restaurants?
They were professional services. One was in the legal industry, one was in the financial industry.
I got it. And I guess what is kind of like the main issue with these industries when it comes to IT? Is it because like they really all of them, they need that tech support, the database, but they just can't be bothered with it, right? Because they are so busy already doing their own client work.
I think the main challenge is that IT can be very complex for people. So when you think from a technical perspective, you don't think for the user in that particular sense, you see. Because what users want is just I sit down, I see my username, I key in my password, I log on, everything is there, I don't need to worry.
Yeah, that's kind of true actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
me.
if you're gonna go in a high security environment like legal and financial, you have a lot of bells and whistles on the market, you see. Here and there. So the challenge for us was how to automate everything to the point whereby the users still look in and see everything down there, prepared for them, and then they can start work easily, and yet keep that security at the same time. So it's a very big cross between usability and security.
Yeah, I like how you package both in one. So you're selling convenience, but at the same time you're selling like this thing is still gonna be secure. Like you're getting both at the same time, which I guess most of your competitors they either have one or they have none. That's why you all have that edge over them.
I guess it's a balance of both that people want. Not because if it's like 100% convenient, yeah, it is very convenient, but is it really secure? Where are the backups? Because we had an experience whereby the setup was extremely convenient, but there was zero backups.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, bro, where's your backup? Need ah. Yeah. Where's your two-factor authentication? What's that? It's like, okay, we sit down and talk to you.
Oh no. Like
Yeah.
I guess there needs to be, it's very important to educate the client about the importance. Because it seems like maybe they don't even understand what they need to do, right, to have security for IT.
And you see, where I started talking to the client with just like, where is your backup? Where's your two-factor? But then the client didn't understand. But when I rephrased it to, if there was a power trip in your office today, how are you going to work?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, just look at USB. That day, the whole thing went down. It happened to anyone.
Correct.
So after you guys told them about it, then they understood, I guess, and then they were fully convinced you are the expert. So I guess they were willing to give you a lot of business.
Yeah, I remember one of the very good experiences we had was we convinced a client to buy a backup from us. And back then cloud was the big thing, right?
Yeah.
But we looked forward and we said that even if it's cloud, you need a backup. No matter what, you need a backup. The client was on Google Workspace back then. And then actually was like, are you sure I need a backup? I said, yes. If Google Workspace goes down, and the retort to us immediately was Google Workspace can't go down. They have a 99.9% uptime. They said that's what it says on their website. But if they do go down, what is your precautionary measure? And 1 week after we implemented the backup, there was a worldwide outage of Google. It actually happened.
Cannot access Google Drive?
Yeah. No Google Drive,
Holy
no Google
crap.
Workspace, no Gmail, nothing.
Wow.
It's actually documented in the papers. And then it was like,
God.
it was blowing up all over the internet, and it was for 2 hours.
Wow, that is insane.
Yeah.
The timing is insane.
Correct. And then just nice, I remember it was 12 Singapore time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Singapore time. And the client, being a lawyer, had a court case at 1 p.m.
Oh my God.
And then she called me up and said, like, Adrian, we trusted you. This better work. I need all these emails printed out. Can you retrieve them for me now? I have a court case in 1 hour. Because you usually you just take your tablet, you just take your laptop, you go there and you open everything inside.
Connect the Google Drive and settled.
Yeah, everything inside. But this time, right, it's like I got no access.
Yeah.
So I print everything. Yeah. Said, yeah, don't worry, the backup's working. So in half an hour, we literally just rushed for her, like, no, access the backup, take out all your files, print, and then ran to court, literally.
So y'all literally saved her court case. Without that, she would have died. Oh, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I didn't expect that also. I use a lot of Google Drive. I didn't know that there's such a thing that Google Drive actually went down. That's crazy.
Wow. It happens.
Yeah, this really shows the importance. And how about cybersecurity? Because I have a lot of experiences when I talk to business owners, right? A lot of them, their Instagram accounts get hacked, their Facebook ad accounts get hacked, and the hacker threatened them with saying, like, if you don't pay us $10,000, right, we're gonna literally like this quote, we're gonna spend your credit card until you have no money left. And that literally happened to somebody that I know. So, like, how do you guys help business owners with this kind of stuff?
Unfortunately, that cannot be prevented 100%.
Oh dear.
True. As much as possible, we encourage clients, your company credit card, right? Use it on secure laptops, your company laptops. If your company profile, your Insta, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, use it on a company laptop where there is more protection. And subscribe to a corporate account where there is also more protection. You have not, because people think of cybersecurity as just IT, you see. But you have to think of it as the legal aspect as well. People don't think of the legal aspect. Where is your jurisdiction? If your company LinkedIn gets hacked, do you have jurisdiction in Singapore to call the police to contact LinkedIn to actually trace the hacker for you?
Yeah. And
some platforms actually, specifically for Singapore, they don't have that jurisdiction.
Oh no. Then how? If don't have, then how?
Don't have, becomes international case, then local police cannot help you, unfortunately.
Oh no, then it's quite difficult. I think international case usually you can't do much really.
Right.
Wow. That's big, man. Yeah. So basically corporate account, getting a corporate account, I think like you say, corporate account, using it on your company laptop, don't be, anyhow use your personal laptop that you bring to Bali for holiday and some random guy hacks into your account, right? Like,
correct.
Okay. And is that also kind of how you guys figure out your niche? Because like you said, your first 2 clients are professionals. So I guess you guys realize, since we're already helping professionals, why not help more professionals instead of like expanding outside to other industries like F&B?
We don't really market in a sense. So all our clients actually know each other. Oh. So it was all referrals. Professionals referred professionals and professionals referred professionals until so all sort of related.
Until $2 million just referrals.
Yeah, either friends or relatives. So yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. Wow. That is really surprising. That means that your product is your service is so good to the point that people are more than happy to refer. That can only work when you have such a good service.
Is a struggle in a sense to upkeep that service level because you do not know especially the people you hire, like Marcus and me definitely will keep the service level up. The people who come on board and join us, we do not know their background, we do not know their character, and we have to inculcate company values in them. So that is a challenge. And we start small, introducing them to trusted clients first, and we get the clients' feedback on whether this person is a keeper or not a keeper.
Oh, they are really being like vetted really.
Yeah, they are like their trial is not just with us, it's with our trusted clients. And our trusted clients know the service level that they expect and their friends expect. And they feedback to us, this is how the person can improve, this is how the person, could do better, or he or she did this today and I wasn't too happy, or I was very, very happy with the service level today, and this is why.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like how you guys have a very detailed way to keep track of the employee's performance also. I like how you also ask the client for feedback because it's a two-way conversation also. Gives you more data. Yeah. So since you guys launched the business, right, what has actually worked to attract more clients and even retain them? Apart from referrals, is there like anything else that help you guys with this?
Continual conversations with clients.
Oh, like what do you mean?
Okay. Like every month, we sort of text our clients to check in on them. Like, hi, how are you? And things like that. On special occasions, we call them also. Just like, because I think sorry,
Yeah.
being IT, right? A lot of it, the human touch is actually missing. So IT department is one that is seen but not heard. It's not seen and heard, except when things happen, A lot of times it's like we go in after hours to do our job and people don't see us. Or we go in very early to do our job, people don't see us. And when people do see us, there are issues.
You're like Batman. You're only there when they need you, like when bad stuff happens.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's background work, a lot of maintenance and things like that. So, that human touch is very much missing in IT.
Okay, understand. So that's why you have that. You enforce that monthly check-in where you actually sit down with the client and just have a conversation, asking, so how has the month been for you guys? Do you have any feedback? Like having that touch point is very, very important in this to thrive in this industry.
Yeah, even like, just a phone call or WhatsApp. That's also very important. It's all the small things like these that you have to upkeep.
And how many clients do you guys have on hand right now in terms of like accounts?
Retainer or overall?
I think overall.
Let me check. Hold on, I have a list.
Oh, you have a list.
Well, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think coming to 200 plus.
200.
Yeah,
So
200 plus companies.
So that comes my follow-up question. How do you ensure you follow up with each of these 200 companies like one-on-one every month? How do you do that?
The retainer clients always come first because those are the regular contact ones. Then every Chinese New Year and Christmas or Mooncake Festival, either or, just pick one festival. Just drop a text.
You disseminate out like one text and disseminate out to everybody.
No, personalized text.
Wow, you take the time to actually message each of the 200 every single holiday.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, man. And
Each
I
of
guess
the company owners lah.
yeah, and I guess they definitely appreciate that, right? Like they know that you guys are dealing with so many customers. You all still take the time to reply. So I guess that even strengthens the relationship. Right. And And apart from this, like what has helped to bring in even more business? Is it just this alone, or have you guys actually even tried maybe exploring LinkedIn outreach, or joining networking events, or even running LinkedIn ads to get more business?
The most we have done is network events.
Like what, for example?
Okay, so let's say a special occasion would be considered my birthday.
Your birthday.
I mean like
Oh, okay.
just for the
Okay.
fun of it. I just text the clients, hey, my birthday. You know anyone else who's interested in our services? You can bring them along also. Just join in the fun. Birthday
Oh,
is held at this place, this location. That's our marketing budget.
oh, you turn your, I like how you turn your birthday into like a event to attract more clients. That's so smart. Like, I never heard of this before. And it actually works. Like, people actually come
It
just
does, it
because it's a
does, it
birthday.
does. Yeah, it does, it does.
Wow. So and the birthday, you are literally pitching your service to people. Not like
Yeah.
you're quite king. But by the way, so what do you do? And do you need help with your IT?
It's more of going around table to table, getting to know people.
Ah.
That really that personal touch. Of course, we limit lah. Maybe max 50 people lah. 30 to 50 people max lah. Cannot have so much, but yeah.
No, but it's very, very, very smart. The way you turn it like something like a birthday, because now they don't also have to feel like, oh, is he gonna sell me something? It's a birthday, so people are like, oh, birthday, just go, it's gonna be fun. It's very, very, very smart. The way, like, it's also very disarming. Like, it's very, very smart. Yeah. Okay,
And I don't
interesting.
sell. I don't sell.
Right.
Um, I would like to say that we meet needs. We don't sell.
Yeah, like a doctor, right? They call it the doctor approach. You
Yeah,
diagnose and then you prescribe. You don't sell.
yeah, and some of the other patients, if you would say, who are there, say, yeah, I've seen this doctor for a long time. This is what he's done for me. I don't have to go into details.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, and I think that positions you as more of an expert also, because like when people see that you only propose the solution when you see the need, then they realize like, oh, this guy is actually not just like every other salesman. He's actually putting my needs first. So it helps with the positioning as well.
I think one of the very good testimonials we have had heard from others about us just last week. We onboarded a new client and said, you were referred by three of my friends. I said, okay. And they said the same thing about you. They all like the way your company does not hard sell them. You present the whole picture, ask us about our needs, and then you let us make the decision ourselves. You don't force anything on us.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I think that's very important, especially in the service industry, because like a lot of people they just try to sell first, right? Like they always say sell first, then figure it out later. But when you're like calm and collected, you're focused on the person first. I think the clients do appreciate it, and they can tell this is genuine. This is not like he just wants my money.
Mm.
Yeah. And I'm very interested when you talk about the referral program. How it seems like you have really nailed something that is generating like a lot of business for you guys. Because you mentioned you rely heavily on referral. So have you guys have implemented some kind of like special referral program where, let's say, a client brings in a business, they get a kickback, or like how do you structure it? Do you guys have like a process to get these referrals going?
We don't actually.
Oh, what?
We
Don't
really
have.
don't. We really don't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the
Ah.
nice part is that the people who refer, they don't ask for kickbacks. They don't ask for anything else. They just are happy to refer us their friends.
That's great, man. I mean, that means that it's very genuine. Like they actually refer it because that's how much they believe in you guys.
Mm.
Hmm. Okay. So, uh, now walk us through something a bit more. Okay, this is gonna be a bit more dark, but I think it's very important, especially entrepreneurship, right?
Sure,
What
sure.
what what has been like the toughest challenge you guys have faced since you started this business, and how did you overcome it? Apart from like just now what you mentioned about the hiring the right talent, making sure they do well. Apart from that, is like what has been like the toughest challenge?
Not a lot. I think one of the toughest challenges is when economic downturn comes,
Like a COVID?
and like COVID, how we actually help clients reduce costs while maintaining profitability, and also keeping all the employees happy with their salary.
Right. How and
That's
how
the
how
that's
how do you but how do you do that in an economic downturn? You said you want to decrease costs and keep the clients like profitability, but how do you do that as the IT service? Because I can imagine you all have a lot of fixed costs, right? Software or like equipment.
we sit down with the client. Again, it's sitting on the client, seeing what's needed and what's not needed, any bells and whistles in their service, or is there anything else that we can reduce the cost across the board for them? Anything that they're not using, anything that they are using. I think that really speaks volumes for them, lah, because they know we care. And at the same time, we really help them to reduce whatever is not needed.
Wow, you actually go through their entire business model and then see, okay, all the like the P&L, and then from there eliminate what is not important. Like you all are actually doing that for the client.
Yeah, it's not just IT in a sense. It's
Wow.
yeah.
Then that means that you guys, like the way you're positioned, you are not IT service actually. You are actually like a trusted, I would say even a trusted consultant, business consultant of your client.
In a sense, we specialize in IT, lah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, and all the better because you specialize in IT, but yet you're going above and beyond to do that, which from a business owner standpoint, right? Because you're also a business owner, can you imagine like someone that does IT for you is actually willing to go through your whole P&L and reduce the cost, like increase the profit. That already position you as like you're not an IT guy anymore. Like you're like way up here already, which is in a way very smart also because now they can't just fire you even if your IT is not good. Like they can't just remove you, ma.
Now that you mentioned IT is not good, I think the other challenge is keeping up to date. Removing products that are not needed from a product line.
For you guys.
Because when things like when we know that a certain product is not going to work any longer for the next 5 years, that means because certain product lines are very popular for a certain period of time because they fit the bill, they can do the job. But after a while, you see it start to deteriorate. The product is still very good, but will it meet the need of the client in the years to come? If the answer is no, the hard part is to sit down with the client and then tell them, bro, I'm sorry, or sister, I'm sorry, I need to migrate you to another product line. The cost may be more. Okay, I'm very open. Here's the cost. In future versus now, then the whole P&L thing comes in again. But in future, if you are staying on the existing product, this will be your loss in future. So 5 years projection. But immediate, I can tell you the next year, unfortunately, you will lose 20K. That's life. But you will save 80K long term. So your choice when you want to switch. And I guess a lot of clients were thankful because we sort of sat down with them. We didn't know COVID was going to happen. But we were sort of like wanted to sit down with clients because we sat down and thought, if a situation like COVID happens, what happens to our clients? What happens to our clients, And I mean, it did happen. But a lot of clients who, like 3 years before COVID, 1 year before COVID, we sat down with them and said, look, the technology is mature now, switch now. In the event anything happens. So, wow, 3/4 of our clients, they literally just packed up on circuit breaker day and just went home. No need to worry about anything. Yeah, they just packed up, went home.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had panicked friends who started calling them and they referred out to those friends.
Oh wow. So because of your suggestion, when the COVID pandemic happened, they didn't have to worry about anything. You guys kind of predicted it already.
When we say predicted, it's more of a plausible solution. What if? Because it actually began with us seeing that a key personnel in one of our trusted clients was going to take maternity. But because big deal was coming in, then even though on maternity, she still needs to answer from home.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't bring baby to work and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that was then maybe 20 years ago. I can't remember how long ago.
Wow.
So we're just like, okay, what if there are more people like this? How can we make life easy for people going on maternity? Or what happens if someone touch wood has terminal illness, then needs to work from home, or is undergoing treatment, also needs to work from home, stuff like that, or family issues crop up and you need to work from home. Maybe touch wood, when something happens to the parents, you become a sole caregiver, which actually happened. Which actually happened. Client became caregiver to someone at home, then couldn't go to work. So remote working really helped a lot.
Yeah, and now the world has shifted to a remote working. More and more people are finding that this is going to be the future. Like, people don't want to go back to the office anymore. So it's perfect.
My personal views are that you still need to go back to the office, unfortunately. Because why? I mean, this is a bit off topic already. Why I want to see you in the flesh is because of that face-to-face interaction.
True.
It is very different over Zoom. Like now I'm talking to you over Zoom, right? But when I speak to you over a cup of tea, it's something completely different. Something else magical happens.
Yeah, it's a touch, human touch.
Mm.
Right. So to recap what you just shared, because I really like what you just said. So basically, the toughest challenge you guys have faced is just how do you continue providing exceptional service, retaining your clients, especially during an economic downturn. But I like how you shared when you overcome is basically you actually came in as a consultant, look through their product line, even give them that long-term outlook to say like, hey, you're gonna lose 20K in the short term, but you're gonna save 4 times the amount if you switch right now. And literally, you also save them because when the pandemic came, they didn't have to worry. And now their friends are the ones that are panicking.
They literally just went home.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love that. That's so smart. Okay, cool. So since you guys started this business, actually, how long has it been already since you all founded this together?
Together since 2014.
Oh, almost 10 years already.
Yeah, our combined clients, as in those who join us from previous companies, since 2008, the last financial downturn.
Okay, so 15 years already. Wow, 15 years. Yeah, so 15 years, right? I'm sure a lot of things have changed. So how are you guys, how would you guys say like you are doing today as a company since you all started? And what does the future look like for you guys?
How we are doing today, I guess we are really trying to explore what other possibilities there are for our clients to help our clients.
More services?
And I would say more services. How to let me find a phrase for it. How to meet their needs as their needs increase. So let's say okay, so 12 years ago I had a client, right? Started with us. We saw him through pandemic and everything else. Then last week he called me and said that, hi, I need to close out my business. I am retiring.
Oh.
So it's literally see them through the whole business cycle. Thinking of how to see them through the whole business cycle. It's very different from each client for each client. That's sort of our day-to-day role if you ask us like how are we doing now? Because like 14 years ago, 10 years ago, everyone is just starting up, you see. All the businesses are just starting up.
Yeah.
So we have seen businesses start up. We have taken over businesses in the middle of their transition phase, and now we are helping businesses close down.
Like skill.
Hmm.
Oh,
So sort of like you see a business from start to end, like, okay, we help you wipe your data, everything. Are you selling the business? Do you need someone? Okay, can we help you? Or let's say another business owner, hey bro, I retiring, I'm exiting my company, handing over to someone else. I don't know what to do with the rest of my life. Like, okay, let's sit down. Yeah, serious, serious, serious. Okay, so
oh,
let's sit down.
life
Uh,
consultant.
I have this idea. You interested? If you're interested, you let me know. I write a proposal for you and see how we can partner. Or if you're, I mean, it's of course an IT related one, lah.
Oh, yeah, lah, yeah, lah.
Yeah. Then or someone exits the business because they have another vision, they have another idea. Then give us a call. Say, hey, I'm exiting. I'm starting this new thing up. I said, okay. Do you need our service? Do you need angel investor? Some of our clients are angel investor. We can hook you up. Are you interested? So it's sort of that whole cycle of start like spring, summer, autumn, winter of a business. And then after winter it's always spring again. That is where we are now, like, helping our clients.
Wow, that's very interesting. Actually, this is the first time I hear someone say that. Like the way you all think are so long-term mindset. Like most people just think about, oh, maybe I just plan about the next 3 months, right? Or maybe just even the first month I work this plan. Because I don't even know whether he'll be new next month. But you are like thinking in terms of like not even years, but you said business life cycle. Literally
Yeah.
anticipating all the way until they literally quit the game for good.
Mm.
And I like how you even said like if they need angel investor, you can even help them. That's like wow, you are like more than just like a IT again IT company. You are really like a almost like a I would say a trusted friend already.
Yeah. We try to be your trusted IT friend.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, it's very, very good positioning also. And in terms of like the future, right? How do you guys look to like expand? Do you all look to explore overseas or I don't know, do more stuff?
Mm, I think one of the areas that is missing is actually, okay, the weakest link in any company, no matter how much we try to cover, right, is actually the staff, employees. So we're starting to look at security awareness training, lah. So whether for overseas staff or local staff, because currently we are sort of expanding overseas in a sense already, because when our clients expand overseas, they bring us with them. So we
Oh,
engage someone. Yeah. So
oh,
let's say we have clients who started in Singapore, expanded to China, UK, New York. So they bring us with them, lah. And cloud services, very easy, can go anywhere. Then just get a local guy, we instruct him what to do, and that's it, lah. So that's how we expand without even moving out of Singapore in that sense.
yeah, like helping them to expand lah, then teach their team how to do it.
Mm.
And and in terms of like a long term, like 5 to 10 year vision, right? How do you guys where do you guys see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Do you guys look to like is this a company you guys eventually want to exit for or do you guys want to just continue doing this and maybe like grow into like a bigger enterprise?
I think the direction now is to mentor as many younger people to
Oh,
take over whatever businesses, because even though it's
mentor.
one business, but there are many services, you see. So whatever services, to mentor people to take over the services, then we look into new areas, lah. Other services that we can provide to clients.
What do you mean by mentor young people? Like that's interesting. What do you mean by that?
You join us, even if you're not IT trained previously, you're interested, we'll train you, we send you for courses, everything else.
Ooh.
And we send you to events, courses. You can intern with us from poly if you like. I mean, it's up to you, what you want to do. And if one day you want to join another company, go ahead, by all means, we will help you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this a program you guys are actively running right now?
Yeah, lah, I mean, like whoever we hire, lah, but we are quite selective of who we hire to maintain
Hmm.
that service level.
Do you guys have partnership with like polytechnics or universities? Because I can see how this is something they will be very interested in.
Yes and no. Yes and no, unless the interns are referrals, then we take them. In that sense, we don't want to take any old intern as well, because we find that whatever is taught, whether at ITE, poly, or uni level, the thinking is very constrained.
What do you mean by
It,
constraint?
the thinking is very limited. The book teach me as such, I can only do as such. I can't do it any other way.
I can see what you mean. Understand. Hmm.
Because
But
when people have a problem, like on site or what have you, I need it solved now, because I need to work.
then they get flustered, right? They're like, oh, I don't know what, their brain shuts down.
Yeah, so it's like if I
It's
follow
not in the
step one, step
textbook.
two, yeah. If I follow, I can have a very good guy who memorizes the textbook, follows the textbook, but does it produce the desired result? Let's say textbook says reformat computer, then the guy will be like, reformat computer, I need to work now, right? So like real solution, I got backup. I take another computer, I restore the backup, you can start work first. Data a bit old, but you can start work. I mean, that's not a textbook answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you cannot get that from the text. You only get that from experience, like after working with clients.
Yeah, but we have people who are not IT trained who can think of things like these because they are not in the industry. They're not IT
Oh,
trained. Yeah,
their quick thinking is just how their brain works. It's not an industry trained thing. It's like how they think.
because they don't have a book to begin with. So they put themselves in the position of the client.
Oh,
What would I want, or what would I do in this case? Can I do in this case for myself? Having this knowledge that I have.
it involves a lot of critical thinking. I would say this person needs to know how to think on his feet. It's not something that a lot. I would say, especially in Singapore, as you mentioned, not a lot of people possess this skill, critical thinking.
One of our greatest achievements, I think one of our ex staff, um, went to interview for another job. He's actually dyslexic, so he can't read.
Oh,
Okay, but went to interview for another job. He's so there's a practical and theory aspect lah. It's a very large company lah. Okay, so he scored 100% for the practical, but he flunked the theory because he's dyslexic. But they actually told him we've never seen anyone ace the practical like full marks before. So I think that speaks volume of the training.
so I mean, the key question everybody wants to know is, did he get hired?
Yeah,
Oh damn! See what you flung material, man.
yeah. I just said
Yeah, that's
go with a
awesome.
blessing lah. They're offering you a lot more, so we can't keep you already.
Understand. Yeah. I mean, it goes to show, like, in today's world, right? Companies are looking for people that actually can solve problems and not just have like a fancy degree or can memorize ABC formulas. Yeah. But I mean, this in that case, this is a question I have to ask. How do you guys plan to solve this problem? Because you mentioned that a lot of the people from even the ITs, the polys, unis even, right? They
Mm.
they are trained to think in a certain way because the school teach them to study and they see out information in a certain format. And then at the same time, you guys need people that are able to think on their feet and can solve problems. But the thing is that you can't, it's quite difficult to do that when you don't even have the experience. So how do you guys bridge that? Like, is it just about giving them a shot or based on your gut feeling from your years of interviewing hundreds of candidates?
During the interview process, I think this is what privately I can say this is what Marcus hates about me. If I'm the one interviewing the person, I will keep bombarding them with plausible scenarios.
Oh yeah,
So it
that's
starts from the
smart.
interview process to check their critical thinking skills.
Hmm.
So not just textbook answers. Give me your answer.
Oh no. Then they must be like, oh, but the textbook never say this, how to reply. Like their brain
Yeah,
confirm stunned for a while. Then
correct,
what's
correct,
this? Yeah.
correct. And then if you cannot perform under pressure, then that's where I sort of, unfortunately, I know that I may not be able to hire.
Oh, oh damn. But yeah, I think that's a good gauge, right? Rather than you hire that person and then he fails to perform, that is even gonna be worse.
think it's glad for him because he or she, because we got female engineers also, so he or she has left possibly a previous job to join us, or is leaving, or might be leaving a previous job to join us, and we don't want to hire you only for you not to be the right fit and then leave you jobless. Or if you're a fresh grad, I want you to know what suits you, what suits your character. If we don't suit your character and your lifestyle, then it is better to go somewhere else that suits your character and lifestyle.
Mm.
It is, you would say it's brutal. But for me, it is the kindest thing to do for that person.
Yeah,
Because
yes, long term.
long term, if let's say I hire you today, only to fire you 3 months later after your probation,
Mm.
then I have wasted your
Yeah.
3 months.
Both parties actually. Even the company is 3 months also. Mm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, in terms of like starting this business, right? Also, I also wanted to ask, have you learned anything like particularly helpful or like advantageous that you wish, or if I knew this when I started, right, I'll be so ahead right now.
I started, for me, you think you know it all. You really know a lot. So, in the words of Steve Jobs, stay hungry, stay foolish.
Yeah, stay hungry, stay foolish. I love that quote. So basically, yeah.
I think to add just a bit more, I met this very, very old martial arts master also. He's sort of the grandmaster of some martial arts in Singapore.
Ooh.
So sat down and have a chat with him. So he said in Chinese, to me, Adrian, always remember there is a heaven outside heaven, 天外有天，人外有人. There is always someone who is one up you, in that
Yeah.
sense. So always stay humble, never be arrogant.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty wise. And what martial art do you practice? Do you practice any martial art yourself?
Wing Chun,
What? Wing Chun?
Wing Chun, Wing Chun. Yeah.
Oh, so you watch Iman?
No. Okay,
Oh,
actually,
no.
Wing Chun, there are a lot of different styles of Wing Chun alone. I don't do the Hong Kong style.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought the only one is
Yeah,
the Iman one. Oh.
Yeah, there. I think like there's Vietnam Wing Chun, there's Nanyang Wing Chun, which is like Singapore, Malaysia. There's actually Philippines Wing Chun also. Yeah.
Didn't know that. Oh, that's so interesting. I always watch Iman shows. I'm like, oh, okay, I thought there's only one Wing Chun. It's just the
No.
no.
That one is the Hong Kong Wing Chun.
It's the most marketed Wing Chun.
It is the most
Okay.
marketed.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So what kind of like platforms or tools do you guys use for your business, like to run the day-to-day?
Primarily Microsoft 365.
Right, of course,
Because
you're
of
IT.
compliance. For us, compliance.
Okay.
That's compliance. We can't run away from it.
Yeah. Other than that,
And then a lot of open source tools, paid and open source tools that we use very ad hoc basis. It's when the need arises, then we start using it. But anything that is compliant with the laws of any country that we're helping the client in, I think that's more important.
okay. Well, what are some examples of these like open source tools that are commonly needed to run the IT business, let's say?
So, Linux definitely. Linux, Apache,
Linux.
MySQL, PHP. That one is definite. There are a few open source cybersecurity testing tools also. Open source network scanning tools for our cybersecurity things.
Okay. So you mentioned Microsoft 365, Linux, and what PHP is another one.
Yeah, I mean like Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP,
Apache.
they're sort of the same set of of thing. It's called LAMP, LAMP.
LAMP.
Yeah,
Okay. Understand. Yeah, it's more of IT stuff lah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what have been like the most influential books or podcasts, resources that have helped you to help you to get to where you are today as an entrepreneur?
Blue Ocean Strategy and Blue Ocean Shift.
Oh,
These
that's
two
a
definitely.
famous book, man. Yeah, Blue Ocean.
Yeah. Then Thinking Fast and Slow.
Hey, I know that one. That's a psychology book, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And then it's subsequent follow-ups lah. Subsequent follow-ups. Because it's sort of critical thinking. So it helps you as a business owner, it helps you train your colleagues, and it also helps your client. Because again, the soft approach, I mean thinking fast and slow, right?
Yeah.
So like, what is the best way I can approach this to help this person make the most rational decision?
Yes.
It may not be the decision I favor, but because I don't know what is best for him or her. But what is best for the person at this point in time? How can I help the person make a decision?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, business is all about people, right? So if you can understand how people think, then of course it's going to help you.
I think temptation is to be manipulative lah.
Oh yeah, of course there has to be a
So
fine line.
sort of you have to constantly have a moral compass lah.
Mm. And do you have any like mentors or other kinds of resources that you have apart from these books?
I think mentors, my three biggest mentors, I would say business wise would be my very first client.
Your
The
client?
one who runs the one who runs the law firm and the financial services business.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's one,
Why do you say your client is a mentor? That's so interesting.
I think when we started this when we started business, we didn't know what we needed to do. Also, he actually taught me how to talk to other business owners, do P&L actually, corporate law, which is very
Ooh,
important.
yeah.
How to read regulations. Really,
But he sat down with you one-on-one.
yeah.
Teach
How
you
to read
for free.
regulations. Yeah,
Wow.
for free.
That's so valuable.
Yeah. Then how to read contracts, how to do contracts, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
And he's a lawyer, right? So he has to be legit.
yeah.
I think he probably can charge you thousands for that. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, because it's a legal and financial services. So the finance side I also get.
Understand.
So yeah, you get financial knowledge and
Oh,
legal knowledge at the same time.
win-win.
Mm.
And
Then
the other two mentors, yeah.
the other one was this more fella.
Huh.
But he's stayed in Singapore for the longest time, or in Asia for the longest time. So he taught me how to hire people, let people go, treat people and treat clients. Sort of like bring them out to makan and things like that. He's the one who taught me the human touch.
Mm,
He's the
understand.
one who really taught me the human touch. How to sit down and understand people.
And what business did he run?
He ran a design agency.
Okay, pretty similar. Professional services.
Hmm.
Okay.
One was a lawyer also.
Wow, so many lawyers.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was a lawyer also. So he taught me how to anticipate things, when the market will be in future.
How do you anticipate things? Like how do you predict the future?
Sort of sit down and look at the needs lah. Slow down, look at the needs, what's needed, what's not needed, and think further lah. Rather than business very easy, right? You just want to have a product, hard sell the thing, grow the business, and then sell it off. I mean that's short term lah, in a sense. But
Yeah.
it's not wrong. It's not wrong. But if you're in for something long term, you You want to be there, and we really believe in long term. You just gotta sit down, slow down at times, and just see where things are headed, you know.
Basically, think long term, play the long game.
Even if there are hard decisions to make, or I mean, as company founders, Marcus and I have had our share of disagreements. But I think one thing good is that we always come back, sit down, we look at our initial vision. We don't lose sight of it. What's our initial vision? What's our initial agreement? We come back to basics, and how are we going to help the client?
What is the initial vision that you guys have?
Simplify IT for people. IT and cybersecurity
Wow,
for
so
clients.
simple. I like it. Okay. All right.
Because if I cannot understand, that means client cannot understand.
True. Oh, that's true. Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
an expert already. Yeah.
And then one more thing. Whatever we sell clients, we use or use before. We currently use or use before. We do not sell things that we do not use.
Oh, that's such a good principle. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta sell what you believe in, right?
Yeah, literally
So what
that
better
day.
way is to use the product?
Yeah, that day I interviewed an SEO agency owner. He also said the same thing. Like, how can we sell SEO when we are not even ranked page one on Google? So that's the first thing we did. Very true. Cool. So now I'm gonna put the stage on you then. What advice, right, would you give someone that aspires to start? Don't even need to be an IT business, just any kind of business in Singapore, for example. Like what advice would you give if you could only give one advice to this person?
What's your goal for the business? I think let's establish that first. Are you in it to sell off or in it long term? I think that's the first step. You need to understand whether you're in it to make a quick buck and sell it off and move on to the next thing, or you want to do things long term. Both approaches are not wrong. It's more of what you want. And once you have that, it sets the tone for your approach. Whether is it a product, is it a service, to provide that product or service to your clients. That will determine your marketing strategy and your business mantra.
And what would be the difference? Let's say somebody that just wants to in it for a quick cash run versus someone that wants to build something like say an Apple for like the next 10 years without making a cent. What would you say is like the main difference?
You can't say you won't make a cent. You need to make a cent to
Oh yeah. Like
so
yeah, but not focus on money lah, basically.
I like to say, are you a steamroller or stone roller? So like our roads right now, right?
Yeah.
You're a steamroller because every now and then you dig up a road, you steamroll the thing, you steamroll the thing, you steamroll the thing, you steamroll the thing, right?
Yeah.
Steamroll the thing. But every now and then you still want to dig the road up and then you steamroll the thing again. The other approach is a stone roller. I'm not sure if you've been to Italy. So the Roman roads, those are cobblestone roads, right?
Yeah.
They are pieced together like jigsaw, stone by stone, then you slowly roll. That is long term. The roads are there until now.
Wow.
You are not going to earn much short term. But long term, I think people sort of remember you.
Yeah. Your foundation is stronger.
And I think the older companies were never steamrollers. All the large old companies that are in the world today, sort of stone rollers, they laid very good foundations for what they have now. I mean, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, and I like this analogy because like I find that a lot of people, especially younger people, like maybe in my age group, they think that entrepreneurship is just a get rich honestly a get rich quick thing on a vehicle just to make a lot of money, right? So they can maybe buy a nice car or stuff. But those that I've spoken to, right, like instead of being in the game long enough and have reached a certain point of success, they actually have a very different thinking where it's really about, like I said, building something long term because I realize a lot of times it's only when you focus on building something long term, like a great product, like you said, many instances of taking care of your customers first instead of just the money, then ironically, you'll make more money than you ever know what to do with because you create so much value that people just want to keep paying you over and over again. So it's really like a, what do you call it? It's like a illusion actually. The less you focus on the money, but yeah, the more money will actually come, right? Like, is that kind of right?
In between lah. Because like I said, you can't stop focusing on the money also because you need to eat.
Oh, yeah lah. Correct,
So
correct. Both lah, both.
yeah, I think one big mistake that a lot of business owners make is that keep on focusing on the product. They neglect their health, neglect their family, and a lot of them end up, well, some of them I know have ended up in depression and nearly gone bankrupt.
That's tough. I think this is a real problem though. This is a very real problem that isn't talked a lot, honestly. Yeah. So it's about finding that healthy balance, I guess. You also still need to take care of your mental health, right? Because what's the point of having all the success if your brain can't even function well?
Now I've been chonging quite a few websites recently, so I got COVID lah. So I mean,
Oh my god.
so this is an example.
Yeah, it's about, I think, and this is something that I think a lot of people, especially if they're starting a business for the first time, they need to understand, right? Like, is that business isn't just about making a lot of money, it's about actually making a lot of sacrifices that most people aren't willing to take.
I think your family is very important also if you're a business owner. And also not to get dejected if your family discourages you or your friends discourage you.
How do you, I think because this is something that I think for a lot of people is stopping them also. Like, what would you say, what advice would you give for someone that is facing that and like facing a lot of rejection? How can they like push through that? Because it's not easy also if like your parents, your siblings just tell you to just stop it because it doesn't work.
If you are married with a family, I would recommend you focus on your family first. That's more important. Because whatever it is, the business will never be there for you always. Your family will. And I think I mean, I've seen other business owners whose families are broken up because they focus on the business life.
Oh man.
I mean, it's a sad thing.
Yeah, it's the dark side.
And they realize it way too late. Way too late. And if you're single, make sure your other half understands what he or she is getting herself into.
And how about people that don't have a boyfriend? I mean, don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, like single.
If they're single, also when you do get attached, try to make the other party understand.
Okay, so it's always about going back to making sure that the other person understands.
I think also I think one of my business mentors told me also, the Angmo guy, told me your wife is your greatest business ever.
Oh, that's so interesting. That's so funny.
Invest a lot of time and money inside.
True. It's a lifelong commitment, something that you cannot break out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to basically find someone that's supportive, because I think if you find someone that might be very good looking physically but not supportive, then you're gonna be in for a rough ride, right? You're gonna have a lot of friction, unnecessary friction.
And also, if let's say you're single and there's parental or family objection, if you really believe in what you're gonna do, just go for it. But be humble enough to go back and say I was wrong if you are wrong.